So I just got something very cool in the mail. And that, my friends, are these carbon fiber side view mirror housings. These are for the GT2, GT3, I don't know. Let's check. Oh, I got a missed call from Rob Riley. The GT3, okay. It took about a month to get these. So these will fit any of the 991 Carrera models with the Sportdesign mirrors. Fun fact, the mirrors are not the same shape. They're actually different sizes too. The passenger mirror is a little bit longer. Anyway, didn't know that. Let's get this install started. So the first step is to pivot your mirror so that this edge is poking out. And what we're going to do is we're going to slide our fingers underneath this glass and we are going to pry that out. So you put your fingers under here and you pull. You can pull it out. So these are the power wires for the auto dimming feature. But yeah, you've got to remove all your power. So this is just a harness. Helps if you pull this out. Mirror's out. Put that somewhere safe. The next step is to remove this mirror motor. That just has one screw in the center and then one harness attached to it. So we pull the screw up. It's a long one, so it's easy to recognize and put back in the right place. So this harness right here, there's no tab, you just sort of wiggle it out and it'll come right off. The next step is actually removing this part of the casing. And there's 3 screws that hold it into place. And they are here, here, and then up here. And then there's one tab. Scoot you guys in there so you can see the tab. As you're pulling the mirror off, you've got to push this tab back. Okay, so we'll get these screws out. There's 2 different kinds of screws. One that goes there looks like this. And then the other 2 look like this. So we're going to pry this off. We're going to take our fingers and put them underneath the shell here. We're going to pull. Okay, and that's going to pop out this half. This side over here is harder. There's a bunch of clips. So you don't want to break anything. And once you have this popped out, you're going to push this forward. Sort of work it out. Okay. Gotta be careful of these clips here. I did not break any, so go me. Okay, so that's this piece. Pops out like this, and you are maybe a third of the way there. Our next step is to take off this part of the brace, and there's 2 screws for the brace, and they are right here and right here. Okay, and both these screws look like this. Okay, that piece will just pop off. You can pull this shell off with all the bracing inside, but I find that very difficult. What we are going to do is take that mirror off. The first step to get this mirror off is to pull this piece out. This is the way I do it. Come up here in the corner, pull, just pops off. Next step, there's a rubber grommet here. You gotta pull that out. And then there's a hole. And in this hole, there is a I think it's a T45. And that bolt holds the mirror to the door frame. You cannot access that bolt unless your window is all the way up. Now the mirror won't fall off. Once the bolt's all the way out, the mirror won't fall off, but the bolt could potentially fall inside the door. So once we get close to the end, I use a pair of needle nose pliers and I twist the bolt out and remove it. I feel like it's a game of operation. Just pull it out like that. Okay, back to the front. So at this point, you can just slide the mirror up and out. It's a harness, so just give that a little tug. Okay, so after you pull it out, Then there is a little rubber grommet here. You've got to pull that off. Little retaining clips, slide those up. Same thing on the other side. Just pull them out. Your piece will slide up. Then, on the top here, you have 5 Torx bits you've got to remove. You got 2 here, 2 over there, and then 1 in there. That one's too short for a typical driver, so I just use the bit head and some pliers, because I'm resourceful. You can also take this opportunity to clean that up a little bit. I'm gonna Windex it or something. Be really careful. This point, this is a metal bracket. This point hits your door pane. It could dent it or chip it. Yeah, that's my 90-degree hack job. 3 of the screws in here are the same and 2 of them are not. So the 3 I've taken out so far, that top one, this one here on the left and this one here on the right, those are all the same. It's this screw here. These 2 down here have a lower thread count. I don't know if that's gonna focus. Then you can just slide this out. Just remember where your wires go, they go through the top part. You don't have to detach any of the wiring, just leave that there. And we are gonna go work on this side now. We need to remove this other piece of the brace. The way it's locked in is by this tab here that's holding this metal piece in place. So we've got to pry this tab out, slide this metal piece down. Oh, you got it? Okay. All right, we got that brace piece out. And now you've got to disconnect these 2 shell pieces from each other. This is the other part that's a little bit tricky. In particular, these clips are sort of hard to deal with. The best place to start is just down here. So push these out, and that'll start prying the body apart. These are tricky in particular because this is part of the base piece, and there's a little tab that this clip goes over, and I haven't found a good way to pull that out. You basically have to remove these clips, and you can tilt this base piece down and work these out, but it's tricky. This corner piece too, you've got to work that out. The best way to do that is to sort of pull it away from the body and then up. And you got to leverage these clips out. And they are just the worst. I'm gonna go off camera here and just work on them. Okay, so our next step is to put this in. Unfortunately, it's much easier to put it together than it is to take it apart. The first thing you want to do when you put it together is take this bottom part and slide those 2 tabs underneath these clips. That's the first thing to do. You need to push these together till they're almost flush, and those clips will lock. Then you work your way around, push all these tabs into place, and that'll give you a nice fit. Then make sure everything down here is seated correctly, and you will be on your way. Okay, so the next step, take this bracket and you're gonna work this back through the bottom. And that is gonna lock in place up here. Our next step is to take it back and reattach it to the bracket that's still on the car. Then we can put all of our stuff back inside. Put our harnesses back through there. Just make sure this piece here fits into this bracket, and then you're ready to screw everything back together. When you put this on, you've actually got these clips over here. So the first part you want to put on is actually this back side. Okay, we're going to pop our mirror back on. Okay, so that is the install. So price on these, they were $1,300 from Suncoast, and then I had to wait about a month. They special order them from Germany. The install was free because I just did that myself. Total install time on this, the first mirror I didn't know what I was doing. It took me a few hours to figure things out. Second mirror went a lot quicker. I think if you knew what you were doing, you could bust this out in a couple hours. I will admit this was a frustrating install. a lot of stuff just didn't come apart like I thought it should, and I wasn't able to find a lot of resources online to help me, so. So I like how it looks. It makes the vehicle a little more aggressive. It draws some attention to the mirror on the car. I don't know if mirrors, side view mirrors, should be a focal point on a vehicle. On some vehicles, they are, and it's cool. Maybe this works. That's it for this time. That is how I put my carbon fiber mirror shells on. Hopefully that helps someone else who wants to do the same thing or just replace their mirrors altogether. Until next time, when I am thinking very hard about doing something like this, I don't know, we'll see. Catch you later. Messy workbench.